Hello everyone, this is my sixth video related to relations and functions, chapter 1, class 12th. In this video, we are going to study about invertible functions. What are invertible functions? Functions for which we can calculate the inverse. In this video, we are going to study how to calculate the inverse as well as when to calculate the inverse. Okay? So let's start invertible functions. Before starting the definition of invertible function, we are going to consider one of the example that is going to make the definition easy for you. What is that example? If f is a function from 1 to 3 to abc and g is a function from abc to 1 to 3 and both f and g are 1, 1 and on 2. Defined as, just pay attention, that f is defined as the image of 1 is a, image of 2 is b, yani f1 is a, f2 is b and f3 is c. Similarly, g is defined as ga is 1, gb is 2 and gc is 3. So calculate GOF as well as FOG. GOF you have already studied that it is equivalent to g of fx, that we have studied in the composition of functions. Okay, so here GOF is a function from a to c, so domain is 1 to 3. So according to the domain, first value will be 1. So GOF of 1 is g of f1 according to this definition. So f1 image is a. Okay, so we are going to write g of a, and that is g of a. Here you can see that g of a is nothing but 1. So our first result is 1. Similarly, the second result will be 2 and the third result will be 3. So GOF of 1 is 1, GOF of 2 is 2 and GOF of 3 is 3. So on the basis of these results, we can finally conclude that GOF of x is equivalent to x. It means whatever value of x we are putting, we are getting the similar value. So such kind of functions are called identity function. So here we can say that our GOF is an identity function on x. Similarly, you can see here for FOG, our domain is ABC. So for FOG of A, it will become f of GA, and GA is 1. So we are going to write f of 1 and f of 1 is A. So it will become A. Okay. So FOG of B is B and FOG of C is C. That you can calculate in rough in your copy side by side. So now you can see that FOG of Y comes out Y. So again it is an identity function on Y. So in this particular example, we have calculated GOF as well as FOG and both comes out to be an identity function. Okay. So now you see the definition of invertible function. What is the definition? If f is a function from x to y, it is said to be invertible if there exists a function g from y to x. F is a function from x to y and g is a function from y to x, such that both the composition GOF as well as FOG are identity function. Then function g is called the inverse of f and denoted by f inverse. Okay. So just reconsider this example. In this example, we have already got GOF. We have got GOF identity function as well as FOG as identity function. So in this particular example, as both are identity function, therefore we can conclude that G is inverse of F and G can be written as F inverse. Okay. So now just pay attention. One thing is written here. F is invertible if and only if f is 1, 1 and on 2. What is the meaning of this if and only if? F is invertible if f is 1, 1 and on 2. And the second result is if f is 1, 1 and on 2, then f is invertible. Okay. So now we are going to see how to calculate inverse and how to show that f is invertible. There are two methods to do that. First method as well as the second method. So according to the first method, that is totally dependent on the definition of invertible function. So what is that question? First of all, just pay attention on the question. If f is a function from n to y, you just pay attention on the question and just note it down in your copy. F is a function from n to y, be a function defined as fx equals to 4x plus 5. Here y is defined as y equals to 4x plus 5 and y and x both are natural numbers. Show that f is invertible. Okay. Here we considered y because y is the range of, y is actually the range. Okay. So show that f is invertible and also calculate the inverse. So how to do that? Just pay attention. First of all, you just pay attention on the steps. To do with the first method, what are we going to do? There are 3 steps to do this question. The first step, first of all, what is given to us? F. So we are going to calculate g. That is our first step. Second step, show that composition Goff is identity function. Third step, show that fog is an identity function. Now both are identity function. Then we will conclude that g is the inverse of f. These are the only 3 steps. Now see how to show it. Okay. So just pay attention. Step 1, how to calculate g. So for g, the method is, first of all, let fx equals to y. What is our fx? Fx in the question, it is given that 4x plus 5. This is our fx. So 4x plus 5 equals to y. So finally the value of x, you just calculate side by side and copy. X will be y minus 5 upon 4. Okay. So step 1 is to calculate g. Step 1 is calculate g. So our g will be, let whatever value of x comes out like that we are going to kept as g function. So gy equals to y minus 5 upon 4, where g is a function from y to n. F was the function from n to y, so g will be function from y to n. Okay. So this is your first step, and for every question we are going to do in the similar way. Now the second step, what is our second step? The second step was, show that Goff is identity function. So Goff can be written as, Goff according to the definition can be written as g of fx. Okay, we can write it in this way. So g of fx, and what is fx? We have already considered here fx equals to y. So gy, and gy is given as y minus 5 upon 4. That is nothing but the value of x. So Goff of x comes out x, that is identity function on x. Okay. Now the third step is, show that fog is also identity function on y. So just see how to show it. Fog, just pay attention, that is f of gy, or gy is y minus 5 upon 4. So this will become f function. Our f function was 4x plus 5. Okay. So 4x plus 5. So here you just pay attention. In place of x, we will put y minus 5 upon 4 plus 5. So that will give us y. Okay. So it means fog is also identity function on y. As both are identity function, then we can say that our g is the inverse of f. G is the inverse of f. So what is our g? Y minus 5 upon 4. So that is nothing but the inverse of f. So y minus 5 upon 4 is nothing but f inverse. Okay. Now the second method. Our second method is based on this line that I told you, that f is invertible if and only if f is 1, 1 and on 2. So on the basis of that, we will show it. It means there are two steps. We will show our function is 1, 1 and onto. On the basis of that, we will conclude that f is invertible. So to show that f is 1, 1, our f is defined as 4x plus 5. Okay. So 4 fx1 equals to fx2. So put in place of x, x1. So f4x1 plus 5 equals to 4x2 plus 5. That will give you the result x1 equals to x2. So fx1 equals to fx2 that we considered, and we got the result x1 equals to x2. Therefore, we can say f is 1, 1. Now to show that f is onto, first of all we are going to consider fx equals to y. So 4x plus 5 equals to y. So what is the value of x? Y minus 5 upon 4. So if we put this value in place of x here, the result comes out equals to y. It means we have shown that for this value of x, fx comes out equals to y. It means for every y, there exists x such that fx equals to y. Therefore, f is onto. As we have shown that f is 1, 1 as well as onto, it means we can conclude that f is invertible. Okay. Now, what is the inverse? The question arises. Inverse is nothing but whatever we have calculated, the value of x here. So x is y minus 5 upon 4. So this is nothing but our f inverse. So our f inverse is y minus 5 upon 4. Okay. So there are two methods, the first one as well as second one. So in whichever you feel comfortable, you can opt that method. Okay. Don't only listen, just do it side by side, then only you are able to understand it properly. Okay. Now, one of the theorem that is based on composition of function. What is that theorem? If f is a function from x to y, g is a function from y to z, and h is a function from z to s, then show that h composition GOF equals to HOG composition f. How to prove it? It's very easy to prove it. First of all, we consider the left hand side, H composition GOF of x. Okay. According to the composition definition, we know that GOF can be written as G of fx. It means this O is removed and we write G of fx. So here also the same way we are going to use. Remove this HO. So what is left with us? H GOFX. Okay. So GOFX can be written as G of fx. So finally we will get H of G of fx. Okay. So this is our first result. Similarly, we can get the second result. HOGOFX, that can be written as HOGO, remove it, fx. Okay. So this will again comes out the same value HG of fx. Okay. So from 1 as well as 2, we can conclude the left hand side equals to right hand side. Okay. We will use this theorem to prove other theorem. So just remember this result. Okay. Now the next one is, this is the last theorem of this video. Let f from x to y and g from y to z be two invertible functions. Okay. Then GOF is also invertible with GOF of inverse equals to f inverse O g inverse. Just try to understand this theorem nicely, because on the basis of that few of the questions are there in your exercise also. If it is given with this, it means they have already given you the inverse. If they have given you the inverse, what work is left with you? Only to prove that the composition GOF as well as FOG will be identity function. Only you show this and you will get the result that the function is invertible. Okay. So how to do that? GOF is invertible with this. Just pay attention. Okay. It means the inverse of GOF is this. So what is our function? GOF. What is the inverse of this function? F inverse O G inverse. Now you pay attention here also. According to the definition of invertible function, the function was f and the inverse function was g. And we have considered that their composition fog as well as GOF. Okay, FOG and GOF. FOG and GOF both were identity function. Now in place of F, what is written? GOF. In place of G, what is written? F inverse O G inverse. So we will show that composition of GOF with this and composition of F inverse or G inverse with GOF will be identity function. First of all, you try to understand this point. Now we will show how. Okay. So first of all, we are going to consider the first one, that F inverse O G inverse composition with GOF. So according to the theorem 1, what says? That grouping can be changed. Means F inverse O G inverse OG we will consider up to here, and then it will become O composition F. Okay. So F inverse O G inverse OG, again according to the theorem 1. Theorem 1 is nothing but this result. Just pay attention on this result, that is HOGOF, the combination is changed, HOG in one bracket and then composition F. So this result we are going to use to do this. Okay, so just pay attention here, that we are just changing the bracket, F inverse O, G inverse OG, composition F. So G inverse OG, inverse composition with the function that will give us the identity function. So F inverse O identity function OF, that is nothing but again an identity function. Similarly, we can prove that this result will also be identity function. Okay, as our function was given, G function was from Y to Z. So therefore, this comes out identity function on Z, and the first function comes out identity function on X. Okay. So as both comes out as identity function, therefore we can say that function is, GOF function is invertible. Okay. So this is how we are going to do this theorem. It's important also. So I think that it is clear to you how to calculate the invertible function and both the results that is related to the theorems. Now you do the exercise, and if you have any query or any doubt, you can post it to me and you can ask. Okay. So now I request all of you to like, share, comment and subscribe my channel. Thank you so very much.